Hi Pisces, this is Mary with Sayre Seer. Thank you for stopping by. This is your weekly tarot for November 8th through the 15th, 2019. So I have two cards here. One of them is coming together. It's reversed. It is a number 8. Then I have the Druid, and the Druid talks about holding the space, okay? So, come together reverse speaks of, maybe you're wondering why things aren't working out and you're not receiving the love that you feel like you deserve. Maybe you feel like your relationship is one-sided or your relationships are one-sided. And that you're giving everything and you're not. Yeah, I said that already. And maybe somebody's holding back intimacy from you, whatever that means, whether it's physical or emotional. So, what you're being asked to consider is if it might be you that's actually resisting. I know. Because sometimes when it comes to love, and just in general, what we're seeing outside and being denied is what we're denying others. It's our own resistance to love, to opening our heart, wanting to see, keeping score, So the advice is to let go of the fight, let go of the right to win, the fight to be right, the one-upmanship. And if there's a way that you can come from your heart, open your heart and let the love flow through you, not you trying to control what it looks like, then things will happen the way it should and you'll receive the love that you desire. It sounds so simple, right? But things usually are. We tend to complicate things with our worry and with what we think we should be and what others have told us it should look like. So the other thing is the Druid. So the Druid asks you to hold the space in your heart, in your station. What does that mean? So, see, he has this crystal right here, and it's lit up. That is spiritual guidance. So, if you love this person, for example, that we're talking about here, or relationship, and you really want it to work, you hold the space in your heart, right? You hold the space for them because you love them. And you allow it to flow through you without controlling it. Let it. I'm going to trust that the love will come. And as I'm saying that, I'm getting really big time chills. Trust that the love will come. And I'm going to allow it to flow through me because I know everything around me is a reflection of who I am. And I believe in this love. I believe in love. Okay, this is an example. Okay. And I know as a powerful human being that I am, the creator that I am, that it will come to you. And I don't know what that's going to look like for you. But if you can think about it this way, it may help. They're asking you to reflect about maybe how a tree brings water to itself. They can't move. And they are very powerful trees. I mean, think about how long they live. And they don't have to move because everything comes to them. See? They hold the space. They're firmly planted in where they are. They're not completely unmovable, but there is a certain amount of stability in trees, right? So holding that space, taking a stance on what you believe in, and trusting. Releasing the desire to control and to win will bring will help you get to that place of emotional fulfillment, love. The love that you feel like you're not receiving. Okay, so let's talk about some tarot now. That's really beautiful though, huh? Because in the end, it's all about love, because there is nothing else. Not really. You talk about, I mean, what do we feel from the other side? We don't feel hate. I mean, I don't feel hate from the other side. And, from spiritual, I feel love. Any kind of spiritual guidance is love. The hardest time that we go through sometimes, and when we don't believe in anything, we still reach for that divine, for the God within us, the higher self. The unconditional love, right? It's all about love. Because here we put conditions on it. You may find that you love that person no matter what. And that's all that matters. Whether you can make it work or not, open your heart and see if you can try. It's just an idea, Of course you got to do what's right for you. Three of Pentacles. This talks about apprenticing, working with people, working with somebody, and learning how to work. Do something new. Where you're learning and reflecting with others. Death card talks about, a new rebirth, a new cycle. I mean, it's like a new you. It's not completely a new cycle, but it's kind of like shedding the old skin and having, like shedding an old skin, but it's still you. You're still in the same cycle, Ace of Cups talks about loving yourself. The gift of love from the divine. I mean, is this amazing? And when you love yourself by giving yourself space and knowing that you deserve love, and you already have it, then you can give it to someone else. Because you don't have to negotiate it. You don't have to make sure they give it to you, because it's already yours. It also can mean a new start in a relationship, a new start. If you're struggling and it's on the brink, you have to open your heart. It doesn't, if you're hurting now, how can opening your heart make your hurt less? Really? If you're already hurting now. But, they're saying you'll have more opportunity to get what you want. Just kind of let go of that right to fight or the need to be right. Okay? They kind of hit that one pretty hard. So here's another ace, and this is beautiful, Pisces. Ace of Pentacles is the promise, a gift from the divine again, about new offers, like new job, new path, new relationship, rebirth of a relationship, starting it in a new way after discarding what's not working anymore in this. You see? Working with others in a new way. This is beautiful. Nine of Wands says, I'm moving towards with passion. And I'm going to be brave. You're going to be brave. Here's your third ace. Wow, I'm blown away. You're digging out those fears. And this is a rebirth in your life. This could be a birth of a child. This could be a birth of a new corporation, new enterprise, new path, new passion. Man, it's like one of the best readings I've ever seen. Yeah. Wow. That's amazing. Such work you've done. Okay, and then here's the Empress. This is the divine feminine. Yep, it sure is. Nurturing. fertile, can create anything. Loving, strong. This woman was made out of strife and struggle. Never gave up. Never, every time we pick ourselves up and we get through a difficult time, we become better. We don't let it ruin us. We don't let it change us. We can use that and use it in a good way. Taking those experiences and saying, oh, I'm not going to fear, I'm going to make sure. Of course, it's different because I'm going to be looking for ways to not really avoid it, but kind of in a way, to look at, if I see something like that coming towards me, to make a decision, how am I going to deal with that? Or will I even bother? This is knowing one's worth. Mind-blowing power. Feminine energy. It doesn't have to be feminine, but feminine energy. It's a soft energy of creation. So, this is Three of Cups. This is reversed. So, when this is reversed, it talks about overindulgence, alcohol, third parties. It's the second three in here. You're going to have to keep an eye on that. There's one more card there. Queen of Cups. We have two queens here. This could represent you, Pisces, because it's a water sign. It could represent someone else, and you could be showing up. It could be a same-sex relationship, or you could be showing up as a Queen of Cups with your heart open, because right here you're asked to have your heart open. So even if you're a masculine, you could be showing up with your heart open, because that's what the Queen of Cups is. So that's good. So maybe in the past there was drinking and some activity that wasn't the best. And this doesn't have to mean third parties, but it could mean overindulgence to avoid or to distract. Okay? Okay, so let's talk about the Death card here. Well, there's a Tower, so something that's great, because that means a new foundation can be built, right? It hurts, but the change is good. That's divine intervention saying, we want to give you something better, like the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. We're taking this crap down. It serves. And then the Wheel of Fortune came in reverse, and some stuff was taken, wasn't it? It was taken from you. Or blocked your forward movement in whatever direction. One more card. Ace of Swords, reverse. It almost feels like it got you out of your funk. Yeah, it shook you up to get you out of your funk, to look at things different. Stop the anxiety. Maybe that's what was causing the overindulgence and whatever distracting behavior. Something happened. The rebirth is about either overcoming addiction, getting out of jail, or dealing with the anxiety that was holding you back. But it's almost like this Tower came to something happened to where you got shooken up enough to get sober, shooken up enough to whatever it was. Okay, for different people it'll be different things. Ace of Cups, self-love, a chance again in a relationship, possibly in a marriage, family life, home life, going back to your family, have another chance with your family, being positive about that you can do this, feeling worthy of the family, the engagement, the marriage. Of course you're worthy. Of course. King of Swords says, darn straight, it's like King of Swords is like, well, it's air energy, but it doesn't have to be. Masculine energy, but it doesn't have to be. This could be you or somebody you're dealing with. King of Swords says, this is somebody that's strong, but doesn't have to prove anything to anybody, knows who they are, very emotionally balanced. And sometimes they seem cold, but this person thinks about things and doesn't show all their cards, but this person has a plan, and they have like they're educated, research. They're good with communication, because that's what air is all about: communication, connection, truth, upright truth. So we have this clarity and truth, this masculine energy, the beginning. We have this marriage card, and then we have the Ten of Cups. The truth about the addiction. Cups again. A lot of cups. Reverse. Alcoholism. The truth about the alcoholism. Truth about how this was, kind of feels like putting you in a negative spin all the time, because it's a depressant. Yeah, it does that. That's why it's called spirits, and they're not the good kind of spirits. When you have that little edge in the beginning, when you're kind of happy for a little while, but then that's the way addiction is. Truth about, looking at the truth about your responsibility, or somebody's responsibility, Pisces, whether it's you or the opposite person, in causing the unhappiness in the relationship. Part of the restart is understanding how this played and being honest about that and communicating the honesty here. Okay? But not needing to win. See, by somebody trying to take control, especially an addict, they're trying to divert the attention away from what they're doing, what they don't want to face, their own behavior. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles, the forward movement, the promise of a restart, is about after the healing, after the rehab, after the hospitalization, after the healing, after healing whatever, the broken heart, being able to get back up with that one sword. Oh, this is quite the story. And then we have the Four of Pentacles saying, well, this is about, it's like protection. So when it's this way, it's about protecting my money, my time, and sometimes they say it's stingy, but reversed, it depends on the cards around it, but here it's saying, I'm letting my guard down. I'm willing to share this part of me, right? Because that's what it was about, is kind of relinquishing some of that control, the avoidance, seeing the truth, and opening up the heart. I imagine that a water sign, not being able to open up the heart if you're a water sign, would put you in a very difficult spot. Because that's not your nature, to close your heart off. Not when your whole sign, your birth chart is about the water and love. It is what water is about, love and emotions. To block that is blocking, well, basically what you came in to do, deal with, right? So the Page of Pentacles is an offer, a tangible offer, or communication regarding an opportunity. So it could be a job, it could be a conversation, okay? Knight of Wands, that's talking about moving ahead with passion. And then we have the Five of Wands. So here is the warning of other people's fights. They need the arguing, okay? It doesn't matter what other people think, as long as you know who you are, because as a druid, you hold the space which you know the truth to be. Other people, worrying about other people and fighting with them, you're still coming from that other energy that you're leaving behind. So keep that in mind, and know that if you may be triggered if you're not coming from your heart space. If you're coming from your heart, you'll see it. So the Hermit says, make sure that you take this lesson and the patterns in your life and really look at them so you can see them coming. Because it would appear that you may have been kind of your own worst enemy here. Because of the patterns that, and we're all there at different times, so you're not isolated in that at all, Pisces, believe me. So there is a need to still reflect, to gain more strength and introspection there, okay? The Moon reverse says, may still have something that's kind of like running you about a trauma or something from the past. This is a trauma that you may not want to really see, you may not even know it's there, but it may be the reason for the drug or alcohol abuse, the avoidance, the trauma, the pain or inability to deal with the trauma, look at it, creates the avoidance behavior, which takes you away from who you are and from your heart, from opening that part of you that was your nature. This is your nature here, okay? And that is a disconnect from oneself. It's a shattering of your soul. We need you to come back, hold the space of who you are. Who are you? Is what you're living who you know yourself to be. That may be why there's a disruption in your energy, because in your life, because once you can come back to who you really are, stay there and know that that part is unshakable. And if you can look back, that's where the reflecting is really amazing. You can look back when you remember you stood in that power of, you'll be able to see things. It's kind of hard to explain, but you have the ability, because you have a new life coming, a new beginning. Oh, you have so many chances. This is given to you. This has been given to you. And you're so deserving. So deserving. Take one piece at a time. Because all these pieces make up your life. All these pieces create your new future. Okay. Ace of Wands, new start. Let's talk about leaving the deception behind. Okay? Your deception of yourself. That's what this feels like. You're deceiving yourself. I don't know if people have been deceiving you too, but that could be a reflection of how you're feeling. Remember? When you feel like people aren't showing up for you, well, it's the reflection of how are we showing up. I know, right? Okay. Because here's a Lover's card. You want the reciprocity. You want to share your love. It's really obvious because, well, you came in as a water sign. It's really important for you. Maybe one of the hardest things that you can do, because it's your challenge. It's your life's purpose. One of them is to be in your heart space, to open your heart. And, this is your significant others that this is about. Yeah, it's like a soulmate. It could be a twin flame. You could be saying that. Whatever it is, this person has inspired you to be better. They in spirit and you're... And that's beautiful. It's beautiful. So, Knight of Pentacles is your last card here. That you are making progress. It's slow because these are big changes. That tree did not grow overnight. takes years to make that big, strong tree that is unmovable. So, yes, you are water. You are emotions. Pisces. But you're being asked to understand your nature like a tree is firmly in the ground. So, loving yourself, trusting yourself, opening your heart, but still remain grounded in who you know you are and what's coming for you, to you, in a good way. So, have a great week. I love you, Pisces. Take care.